What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. Right now we're sitting at $36,665. We're down about 4%. And right now we are back testing one of the most important areas that we've been at in quite a while for Bitcoin. And what we're going to be doing here is looking at Bitcoin on the 12-hour time frame, and then we're actually going to work our way out a little bit. I want to start in on the 12-hour time frame so we could get a little bit more detail, guys, because we're at a very important area for Bitcoin. So if you get some from these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, help get this video out to others. I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible because I value you guys' time. So let's dig into this. And what I'm talking about here is how we had basically this symmetrical triangle that we'd been dealing with. We had a breakout. It came on slightly above average volume. And what you can see, we pushed up to around $41,000. That's our overhead resistance area that we have not been able to get over top of roughly since about May 20th. Right in that area, we wicked up above it quick, and then we've been trading below it ever since. But right now, what you can see is that we're back testing the triangle that we broke out of. Now, according to the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns, this can hurt performance, but many times what you'll see is that you'll get a breakout, you'll back test, and then you'll try again to get up through, say, that 41,367. Say we failed on that, that would be a bad sign, guys, and most likely we'd drop farther down into this triangle. But if we can find support off the top here, this would be a big deal for Bitcoin, but we need to see the buyers coming in. And one thing I'm a little concerned about right now is that we actually have a little bit of a stock market sell-off right now. So we do have to keep our eye on that. The Dow Jones is down about 509 points right now. Okay, so we're putting all that into consideration as well, because that also could drag Bitcoin's price down along with it a little bit. So pay attention to that. And I believe that the stock market has just been overheated for way too long. But, you know, that's my opinion. I don't like the fact that we're correlated to it a little bit, but it's something that you have to pay attention to as well. And also pay attention to what the dollar's doing, guys. Those are things you want to look at behind the scenes. Okay, but right now we're trying to find support here, and this is roughly going to be at about 36,673. The main area we're going to look to hold here is going to be about 35,187. I wouldn't want to go any below that because it basically breaks the structure that we're looking at here. You can see we pushed down, came up, had our high, higher low, higher high. We're trying to set our higher low, come up, see if we can get a higher high. But if we just fall down through this 35,000, we could be looking again at the bottom of this triangle. That could be back around $32,000. Okay, and like we've talked about for a long time here, guys, we got bullish things going for us. We got bearish things going for us. This is just an overall tough situation, tough spot that we're in right now. And I think if you're trading down in this area, as many people probably have been, they're getting chopped up a little bit. You're getting stopped out. You haven't really had a good position. People are getting frustrated. This is where you just have to be patient. Just be patient. Watch the price action and have a plan. You know, guys, have an upside plan, have a downside plan. You know, say we do break down through this triangle, we go back to the bottom here. Are you a buyer at this area? Is that somewhere you're going to think that support's going to continue to hold? Or is that something that if you see us break down through this 35, do you want out because you're assuming a larger move to the downside and this support won't hold? So these are all things that you have to strategize about, have a plan for yourself. For me personally, I have basically been sitting back, mostly in cash, waiting for a great opportunity. I have small anti-FOMO positions still on right now, but they're getting close to their basically stop loss territory. So in my opinion, Bitcoin does need to get moving here. Still going to continue to be patient with it. And one thing is, guys, even if you do get stopped out, you can always look for another great opportunity. But I don't want to have a climax dump to the downside of 20,000, you know, down to $20,000. If that does end up materializing, you don't want to be holding through that if you're a trader. Okay, so a lot of times I like to use break-even stop losses, or even when I enter a position, say we were getting in right here on this higher low at $35,000, you'd put a stop loss slightly below that and then don't move it. And if it gets hit, then you're out of the trade and you look for another good opportunity. That's one thing, you never want to drag those stop losses down. Okay, once it's set and you have your plan, leave it in there. If it gets hit, look for another opportunity. In this game, it's about taking small losses and having larger wins. Okay, so on the relative strength here for the 12-hour time frame, what you're looking at is about 45. We have been putting in higher lows here, getting a little bit of a selling off now. And one thing you'll look for, guys, when we have these push up, heavy volume, okay, right here, as we retrace, lower volume, that's what you want to see in uptrends. Next, push up, heavier volume. And then here, we've been about neutral and a little bit lower, but we still have a good amount of today left. So I'm also paying a lot of attention to the volume here, because if volume starts to swell, then we're probably going to be in trouble. But if it just continues to contract, this could be a support area for the next leg to the upside. If we get into the technicals, so on the 1-day time frame, guys, you can see this has been rolling over a little bit here. We have a 17 sell, 8 neutral, and a 1 buy. Oscillators 2 sell, 8 neutral, and a 1 buy. Moving averages 15 sell, 0 neutral, and a 0 buy. And the reason is for that is if we get out to the 1-day time frame and take a look, we're going to turn on our moving averages. And we're going to take a look here. So this is going to be our 20, our 50, 100, and 200. And what you'll see here, guys, is that we're actually getting rejected a little bit at this 200, right around that $41,000. So this is another area that we have to get up above. Okay, in bull markets and uptrends, you want to be trading up above that. Bear markets, you're trading below it, and it acts as resistance. And right now, we haven't been able to get over it once. Tried again twice. This is our 3rd time, so that's why it's so important for us to set a higher low here and try to get up through that. Because the more comfortable we get trading below that, the more likely we're going to have another downside break. And that's just the way it is, guys. I mean, look at this entire uptrend that we've been in, this bull market here. We were trading up above the 200 all the way back since April 28th, 2020. So you can't say it's not significant when we do break down through that, and we have not been able to turn that into support again. So there's a lot of things that the bulls have to prove here, and that's why you're seeing some of those technical readings that you're seeing. Okay, not saying the bulls can't step in this area, guys, and really make a strong move to the upside. We just have to pay attention to this, because in the intermediate term, we are in a downtrend, right? We don't want this to be our push here, lower high, then we push down again. So you can see here, lower lows, lower highs, and then this just another lower high, and then down for another lower low. Okay, that's why it's so important to change the trend. And it all starts on the 1 hour, then the 4 hour, then the 12, and then the 1 day. And you work your way out. Now, if we take a look at Bitcoin on the 1 week time frame here, and I also want to know what you guys think. Are you confident in where Bitcoin's at right now? Do you think we're going to break up through that $41,000? Do you have positions on? Like I was talking about, I have small positions, but mostly I took profit quite a while ago, and I've just been patiently waiting for a good trading opportunity. So another thing that I'm looking at here that you have to be careful of is we don't want this to be some type of bear flag on the weekly. We pushed out, it wasn't on above average volume here, and then it could be just another leg to the downside, which could put us back around $20,000. We have to be prepared for that. Guys, we have to be prepared for everything in this space. It's a 24-hour space, and you're trading against the world. So you can see what we look like here on the 1 week. For the EMAs, we are still trading up above the 50 on the weekly, which is a good thing. We have lost the 20, which is now acting as overhead resistance. So we're getting squeezed between the two. Going to patiently wait to see which way we break out of here, guys. And then most likely we're going to get our next directional move. So God bless each and every one of you. If you get something from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Take care, my friends.